Hello, casuals and tryhards. Welcome back to the UNC Esports stream. We have a brand new season of UNC Overwatch here for you. I'm Niv. With me is Podsalum. Pods, I'm very excited for this season of NACE Star League.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it as well. This first match, UNC versus Marymount University, should be an absolute banger. I mean, I'm just looking forward to it all around.
Now, I think this is going to be a really special season, and ask me why.
Why is that, Niv?
In my humble opinion, I think this is the strongest the Overwatch roster has been since I first joined the club like 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we have most of the players are holdovers from the previous season, that being Don Josue and Mist on tank, Minshai on DPS, Dino B and Master Swood on support. Already a fantastic lineup, but joining us this season is Lect. For people who are familiar with the UNC Overwatch community, almost needs no introduction. He played for the UNC team a few years ago, and before that, he played for Contenders, if you'd believe it.
Really?
So he's a big shot, and he
Sheesh.
came back to make a repeat appearance in this this season. Yeah, and as you said, we're facing Marymount University, the Saints this week, and their roster is also here: Ava, Gecko, Jaden, Maya, Will, and I don't know, you make it up.
Does that mean we can just call them like whatever we want?
I was mulling over that, you know.
I mean, it says it in the name, so I mean, is that just something?
Yeah, is it a directive or is it a name?
Is it a statement? Is it just like its own thing? But yeah, literally, this team. I watched them all last semester. I mean, obviously with the exception of Lect, all of them were absolutely amazing. I believed we finished the season either above 500 or at 500. So I know we played pretty solid. We played some very tough teams. Had some misfortune going around during some series, whether just based off of rules or whatnot. But this season definitely is going to be a lot better this season. We can only look up.
It was a tough season. I have the stats here. We ended 6th out of 10 in our conference. And just as a refresher, this is the NACE Star League Varsity Overwatch. It's divided. It's a national league, but it's divided into conferences based on region. And in our conference, there's 10 universities, and only the top 3 move on to the conference playoffs. And the winner of the conference playoffs move on to the national playoffs, and that's where all the good fun is. So we're rooting for higher than 6th this season. I think we have it in us. And also joining us this semester is a new coach, Mazer, which is going to be a huge force, sort of behind the scenes, getting our players into shape.
Yeah, definitely, and with the just like you were talking about earlier, with the veteran leadership of Lect, and especially having that semi-professional experience, because I mean, Contenders obviously isn't the Overwatch League, but it is still, I mean, right there at it.
It's as close as you can get.
It's right there at it. So I mean, having someone who has played at the top, who has played consistently there, and been that darn good coming back, and not only just being like a voice for the team, but being able to help other people as well, saying, hey, we should do this, hey, we should go do that. Definitely going to be a lot better when it comes to overall series.
Yeah, no kidding. You know what's interesting though?
What's
when I
up?
sat in on their last scrim, Lect actually not one of the main shot callers for this team.
Really?
Yeah, it is the newcomers, the newbies who are the rookies even, who are pulling a lot of the legwork when it comes to shot calling. Don Josue and Mist, of course, our extraordinary main tank and off tank diva specialist is Mist. They are really pulling a lot of work when it comes to coordinating the team. And our supports as well. I think Dino is really a voice of reason on the back line. And that's important as a support, because you're always playing in the back so you can see what's happening.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in the best position to be letting people know, hey, we're separated, or oh no, they're flanking us, or whatever's happening on the field at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, for the other sport, you have Master Swood, a Lucio aficionado, I know. It's coming from somebody who plays the snot out of Lucio. Definitely up there for me. But, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see the dynamic this season. How like things we might change from last season. Like, are we going to go for more of like a dive comp? Are we going to try and play just protect like the president type thing with like a TPS, like hit scan or something like that? Or what we are going to do? I know our varsity squad is a lot different from our JV, just in terms of like strategy and everything like that. I don't think we're going to see something like a Junkrat pulled out for the varsity squad like we would with Crowlgator
True.
on the junior varsity, even though I would love to see that.
I have been told told that Crowligator is the sub for this team, the 8th player.
Okay.
So if there's ever 2 players missing, we might be seeing some of that Junkrat.
So what
expertise.
you're saying is I need to DDoS 2 of our players' computers.
I would not encourage it, but it would be interesting.
But you're not saying no.
I'm not saying no. Yeah.
I love it.
And just to make sure we give everyone the attention they deserve, Minshai on damage, absolute all-star last season on playing the hit scan and Hanzo especially. And I have a fun anecdote about Minshai. Last Saturday at 10 p.m. every week we have Overwatch Weeklies, casual event, everyone in the UNC community invited to join. There was this game mode where if you hit a player, you gained a point, and if you missed, you died.
Oh, gosh.
And you lost the point. Every time you miss, you die, and you lose a point. So as you can imagine, by the end of the game, everyone was in the negatives, except for Shy, who won the game with 20 points. Only player to have positive hit-to-miss ratio. And that really goes to show how much he can outshine the average player.
What were the heroes that you had to play?
It was either McCree or Widow. Only 2 options.
Oh gosh, man! I don't know who I would want to play in that scenario.
I think there's really no.
Are you allowed to use your abilities, or are you only able to?
Just gotta shoot and just gotta hit him.
Sheesh, man. Oh.
I'm getting a voice in my head telling me that there's a new Prime sub from Mac Dewey. And B. Lovely. That would be our lovely producer and the team captain of the UNC team showing up with their support.
Shout out to B.
We need that energy.
Mac Dewey Poggers.
Start off on a good foot.
In the chat. Poggers. Yeah, but seriously, if you have those unused Prime subs, feel free to throw them our way. All the money goes to the UNC Club Esports and to help Mac Dewey get out of producer jail forever, how long he is stuck in there for the rest of his known existence. But every sub is $5 extra towards his bail. Plus, I mean, if it's just sitting there, dude, you're just giving like Jeff Bezos free money.
That's so
when
true.
In reality,
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, you could be giving us the free money.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's a win-win situation. I mean, that's just me.
I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming this semester, isn't that right?
That's right. Yeah, this week, I believe we have a few different competitive things going on. I know we have, I think we have Junior Varsity Overwatch.
I believe they're starting next week.
Starting next week.
Yeah, we are hoping to have the double streams going on eventually. Isn't League playing Smash?
Yes, we have CLOL this Saturday, I believe, at 4. Excuse me, I was wrong. At 4, I believe. Who are we facing off back to? No idea. He says no idea. So TBD
They'll find
on
out.
that. What do you say?
Someone else who went 1-0.
Yeah. So yeah, we are UNC CLOL is currently 1-0 right now. They won against St. Leo Esports last Saturday. Speed run tactics, both of their games ending in under 18 minutes.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Strong start to the season.
Very strong start to the season. Definitely have a lot of good leadership over there, a lot of good players and everything like that. And then I believe we have Smash on Sunday. Yeah. So if you we say empty pockets, is that a term?
Yeah, isn't that the name of the event?
Oh, it's the name of the event.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's spare change and then there's empty pockets.
Okay. All right. Yeah. See, shows you how much I play Super Smash Bros. But yeah, be sure to tune in for both of those. We should be streaming, and once we get the competitive schedules for all the other games like Rocket League, CS:GO, and other stuff like that, we should be able to have more of those streams for you guys. But right now, talk about Overwatch.
Yeah, we are. We got 11 people in the lobby. As we all know, Overwatch, for the time being, is a 12-person game. So we're waiting on that last straggler. Kind of, I guess, building up the hype for now.
Yeah, keeping us in suspense.
Right.
That's the main thing. It's just keeping us on the edge of our seats or our stools,
as it were.
As in this scenario.
You were talking about the meta, and it's interesting. As competitive players might know, recently there's been a shift away from this sort of must-play meta, sort of where it would every now and then you'd get a different meta and you have to play that meta. Yep. It's been a lot more free-form, a lot more map-dependent and based on your strengths.
Yeah.
But there has been a few really good strats that have come up recently. particularly, how do I say this? One thing we've seen a lot from the tank line is Ball and Diva. So the idea behind there is it's a classic dive comp.
Yeah.
But when you start adding in all these and dive, the tanks want to jump in on the other team and quickly get a kill on the engage instead of getting to a drawn out engagement. But once you start adding in all the other different elements to make that kill even more lethal, then that dive comp becomes so strong.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, you have Ball going in and pile driving, right? Keeps you in place, knocks you into the air. Diva falls with damage. You want to play a Zenyatta with this team who can apply the damage orb to the dive target, make them take, I don't know what it is, like 30% more damage.
I think it's your 20 or 30% more damage.
Something like that. And what's really popular to play with it is Tracer and Sombra will appear out of nowhere and kill you along with your tanks, and that's just a really lethal combination.
Yeah, definitely. The only problem with like those types of compositions is you don't have a hit scan. So if someone is playing like an Echo or playing something like a Pharah or something like that, it is hard to take those characters down. Now, obviously, you could switch off maybe the Tracer and then just stick to the Sombra, because Sombra can do so much flanking just by her lonesome, just getting into the backline, hacking somebody, and then TPing back out.
Right.
But Tracer has a little bit more difficulty with that. Obviously, has a little bit less health, I believe.
Yeah, I think 170. 150?
Yeah, it's either 150 or 175 to Sombra's 200. But yeah, switching to something like the Hanzo or the McCree or the Ashe or something like that can definitely just provide even more there. And if you do run the Ashe, you can provide even more to that dive comp with Bob, with the Dynamite as well, just doing so much explosive damage. Because that damage, if you don't respect the Dynamite power, it will tear you up.
It feels like it should do that much because it's like does it over time, but it's
you're like, oh yeah, I'm at 100 HP. I shouldn't be doing something like that. Then all of a sudden you're just dead. So
we are gonna transition back to roster now. Maybe talk about some of the players to watch, because you make a really good point about the Flyers, the Echo and the Pharah, because Lect has a nasty Pharah. Just absolutely incredible.
Okay.
Funny story I have is, again, this is a weekly story, but this is back when I was like a sophomore and as an undergrad ages ago. I was, playing with Lect. We ended up on the same team for one of our casual games. And so Lect is like this Masters level player, right? Playing Pharah, soaring through the sky, dealing death from above. And I was the bronze Mercy.
Just
following
like tagging
him around.
him.
Tried my best to keep him alive. So that was fun. But no, absolutely. If there is a chance for a meta buster, as it were, Lect could come up huge in that scenario. One person.
Oh. We see the sixth person. They're here. Let's go. Hopefully the lobby will start pretty soon. What map do we have first, Mr. Camera Henry?
It's looking like Lijiang Tower.
Okay.
I have failed to prepare adequately, so I cannot say for sure. But
well, it's their fault. They made us wait.
That's true.
It's their fault.
I mean, going off of production time, we're right on time.
This is true. Yeah. We're doing our jobs. They're not doing theirs. So who are you going to blame, lovely Overwatch community? No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, definitely, if it is Lijiang Tower, I mean, just like I was talking about earlier, Master Swood on this Lucio. I mean,
Master Swood.
Swood.
Very important. It's
he never corrected me before. So Master Swood on this Lucio pick, especially on, I believe it's the I forget the name of it on Lijiang, but it's.
Are you thinking of Control Center with the?
No, it's the one where it's like the big temple building thing, and you can like go this way around it, and it's like the box right there. Night Market.
Night Market?
Thank
right,
you.
all right, right.
Yeah,
right.
Where it has like those big open areas off to the side of the point. Definitely Lucio right there, or even Pharah for that matter, because we're talking about you can use that propulsion cannon to knock all. I think that's called the name of it, or like the propulsion blast.
Concussive blast.
Concussive blast.
Yeah, any wide open area is great for that. We are actually jumping straight into Night Market by the looks of it, and hopefully we'll be able to see it in right now.
There we go. We're hopping right into it.
There it is, that wide open space. You were
yeah, I was
about.
like, this is what I was trying to describe. This right here.
So in terms of UNC's comp, so they're not known for playing the meta, right?
Hello.
They prefer to play to their own strengths. But the nice thing is that this like in the past, we've had some very brawl heavy, you know, we really like playing the Reinhardt and the Zarya.
Yeah.
But we have a lot more flexibility now. Don Josue seemingly equally as comfortable on Reinhardt, Winston, Orisa even. Roadhog. Roadhog's been really strong lately.
Yeah.
It does look like we are rolling out to begin with on, oh, actually the names are on the wrong side of the screen as it looks like. It's actually UNC Varsity on the left. We'll get that fixed right away. So we'll have to wait and see. But no, definitely, especially Control Center. It's another map on Lijiang, and it's almost completely indoors.
Oh, yeah.
So characters who like leap all over the place, not quite as good. Reinhardt, very strong pick.
Yeah,
it's all map dependent.
It also makes it difficult for those heroes like Pharah and Echo to be able to get as much usage because you have that little thing on the top where somebody could walk over there and then just easily pick you off if you're that high above them.
Yeah, you don't have the airspace.
But we are seeing right now Lek, like we were talking about, picking up that Pharah.
Oh, we love
and then Shy obviously going for the TP out of the spawn.
Yeah, it looks like it, or maybe not.
Oh, boo! Switch back to it, Shy. Come on.
You know, I'm also excited to see Rardino on Zenyatta. Absolutely can be a powerhouse on that character, putting out so much damage, especially at the most recent patch. And look at what I just said. It's the ball. Miss electing to go on the ball to match Don Josue's Winston.
Yeah.
Kind of an alternative version of the dive combo I was talking about.
Yeah, and just like you were talking about as well, Rardino on this Zenyatta pick. So calling it like you know the book or something like that. And that's a kill right there, holy!
Oh, and that's two right off the bat. And is that a third? No, not quite. It's Don Josue who picks up the third, but it doesn't matter who gets the kills. What matters is that fight was over in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, right there. I mean, there's 2 more left. I think left, and the crew will just be able to clean them up. And I mean, that was almost an ace right off the bat, Div.
Pots, we gotta look at the DPS on Marymount. Arguably the worst characters to fight Pharah with. Doomfist, who only does close range damage, and a Junkrat who has to lob grenades into the air kind of willy-nilly kind of. See, they've already switched onto the McCree in order to counter this Pharah pick.
The Junkrat is staying surprisingly. I'm surprised that. I guess that is to counter the ball and the Winston by throwing down the trap. And we see Lex getting a boot kill onto the Orisa.
Oh, Lex is not letting up on the pedal at all. That's already, what is that, 3-4 kills? Woo! Add that to the 2 from the first one. That's 6 kills in the first 2 fights. What an explosive start.
Yeah, Lekt. I think he's pretty good at this game, dude.
What was I telling you?
But yeah, Marymount they've switched off of it was the Doomfist, and then they switched to the McCree, and now they're on a Widow. They're just having to pull out everything in their bag to try and counter this Pharah.
Yeah, whatever plans they had, they're immediately having to stop. Oh, Miss jumping in, get it. Oh, the mines in that tiny hallway does so much damage when you're not prepared for it. Taking out both takes.
He got 4!
The Lucia jumping into the mines as well.
He died anyways and got rezzed by B for good measure.
Thanks for the
Oh no.
That is a sacrifice I would say is worth it.
Yeah, Marymount.
Trading 1 for 4.
Not even able to get out of their spawn.
Let me tell you, this is a matter of initiative. Every fight, it's like going in with the direct hit rockets. It's Miss jumping into the mines. Marymount don't even have a leg to stand on. Oh, what is this? Oh, you can't be standing next to the ledge like that. Honestly, a disrespectful barrage coming out from Lekt after that because he knows this map is as good as one.
Holy cow.
What a start to the season.
Lekt, my man, calm down. They have families. You can't be doing that to them. That was a triple concussive blast off the, oh my goodness. But like we were talking about, depending on which map it goes to here, if it is Control Center, then that Pharah is, and it is Control Center.
It is Control Center.
So that Pharah pick, it's still going to be good to a certain extent, but it's not going to be as good as it was right there. You're not going to be able to get those concussive boops off the map, especially right out of spawn, because the spawn area is a lot wider across than it was on Night Market. But we will have to see how Marymount counters it. And we see an upward by.
Yeah, I gotta say the Reinhardt led by DB Fan is probably a better pickup on this one than the previous map. We already see Lekt to switch onto Junkrat, a much better pick. Also matched by Awkward Maya, who was trying to play Junkrat last round. I think she will find a lot more effectiveness on the Junkrat this map because of those tiny corridors they have to go through.
Yeah, absolutely. And Don Josue opting for the Roadhog. instead of the Winston or the Diva like we were talking about. Right there, Lect already getting a kill.
And that's Shy following up with another one. Staying on the Symmetra, also a good pick for this map just because of how close range it is. It is an onslaught of damage, and that I field can only last for so long from Genko. There's the main takedown, and the rest of the team is not long afterwards.
Oh, come on, get him, Lect. He's so low. Lect gets the kill. Oh no, Marymount in a very similar position as they were last game, just instantly getting capped and not knowing how to counter it.
That is right. And here it is, once again, the initiative. Lect going for a very early tire. It is countered by that I feel very well placed by Genko. That is why you play BAP. That could have been a fight-winning ultimate if not for that Baptiste. Oh, what is this? I looked away for a second, and Dohuklay's already got a kill onto the main tank. I don't know, you make it up. Seems to be making up the strats as they go. Look at this.
Oh, this got another one! Dorado Sway!
Oh, no. Look at it. He's going out onto this tiny ledge on the right, peeking around the corner. He's going for a third one.
He's going to do it again.
There's no way. Marymount, you've got to learn from those first two. Don't stand near the edge.
Dorado Sway was tired of Lect getting all the praise in that first map, so he's like, I'm the one who's going to have fun now.
Yeah, see that Hawk. You see that Hawk thrown out, but Marymount has learned. They're going through the other doorway over to the right. Lift. They charge in, but it's going to be met by a couple of ults from UNC. The shatter doesn't go through, but the wall is there. That's mitigating a lot of damage, and that is exactly what UNC needed as they just powerhouse through the team, bulldozing through them.
Niv, was that a clean ace? Because we're pretty sure that was a clean ace. Clean team kill right there.
That, yeah.
Oh my.
Nice 6 kill from UNC.
Holy moly! Yeah, Marymount. They have. They're gonna have 3 ultimates for this next fight. We'll have to see how they use it. Blocklander, I think, is going for a flank. Might use that Deadeye to his advantage, but DB fan.
A little too aggressive there at the doorway for sure.
Woo!
At least Blocklander able to shut down the higher flank, but look at this Shy and Miss pushing all the way into the enemy spawn.
Yeah,
well,
that
was in our line of business, they call this a steamroll.
Quite literally a stomp. And I think we know what play of the game is going to be here, if I had to take a guess.
Yes. I want to see, this is every Pharah's like dream right here. Look at that. Oh, the timing. So beautiful. The positioning.
And then just like you said, the barrage right on the back end of it, just to pour salt right into that wound. But
yeah, but I mean, to be honest, in this sort of situation, UNC really could afford to waste those ultimates because Marymount hardly got any ultimates off at all. That's how quickly the game ended. Yeah,
Blocklander, he kept switching off of different characters because just like you were saying, he was on the Doomfist first, and obviously when it saw that they had a Pharah, okay, we need a hit scan, switched to the McCree, that wasn't working, switched to the Widowmaker, and then switched back to the McCree. You didn't have time to fill up any single one of your ultimates right there. I understand what you were trying to do, but if you're going to pick a hit scan, just pick one and stick to it, even if it doesn't work for a while, because that Deadeye can still be effective at taking down that Pharah, or that Widow ultimate can still help you identify where everyone else is, saying, okay, we can rush these people, or we can try and pick her off or something like that. But yeah, Marymount just from start to finish didn't get a single percentage on either of the capture points, touched the point maybe once each time, and then was just kept in their spawn for the rest of the game.
Right. They really they couldn't decide on a strat.
Yeah.
I think you really touched on the heart there. But to be honest, there's only so much that strategy can do for you, and they're gonna have to have a really good one, I think.
The game still requires skill, is what you're.
Yeah,
you're saying.
I was trying to put it in kind of nice terms, but individual skill does play a part in Overwatch. You know, very very team-based game, but if you're hitting the shots, then if you're
that helps a little bit.
If you're hitting direct shots left and right, if you're Shy with that incredible tracking,
if you're getting a 3-man boop off the map, then I think that's pretty effective. We were just told that next map is going to be Hollywood.
All right, Hollywood.
So we will have to see how Marymount might bounce back going into a capture and escort. Instead of just the control.
That's right, the hybrid map. First, who is attacking first?
I believe it's Marymount.
Marymount, right. Oh, you're right. So Marymount, they will have to capture this objective by standing on it until the counter ticks up to 100%, and then escort a very angry robot in a car through the route to the end of the map. That's why it's called hybrid. It's got 2 different attack types.
The 6-gun killer. Look out.
That's lovely.
Man, that's Lect right there. Doing so. Except
Yeah,
it was one missile launcher killer.
Right. Yeah, but he might as well have multiple guns with how effective he is. It looks like Marymount electing for now to stick with the same strat, and this is what we're talking about, right? You gotta commit to a strat.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think this might be a case of comfort picks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It might be that Maya, always going back to that Junkrat, a lot like Trialligator, being a specialist in this sort of hero. And that can be a detriment, but it can also be a really great boon if you end up on a map where that's pretty effective. Not sure about Hollywood, especially that second fight. There's so much high ground control.
Yeah, I think if Marymount do get end up getting to that. Oh!
Shy with
Niv, the game just started and we're on. Holy moly!
Yeah, the door's open immediately. I don't know, you make it up going down to a headshot from Shy.
The door open, bang! Just right out the gate, but Lect is getting kind of sneaky beaky.
Yeah, talk about a wake-up call. Thankfully, Marymount should be able to respawn pretty quickly, but they do have a Lect sneaking around in the back. Like to go for a Tracer this time, and what is this? Another early pick from John Josue, another headshot from Shy, and Marymount have not even been able to get. There's another one! That's 3 headshots from Shy. I was telling you! I was telling you about the custom game!
There's a 4th! Don't do it, Shy! They have families! My guy!
Yeah, Shy currently showing how his cursor is a magnet to enemy heads.
Holy.
Yeah, the custom game last week, it was like this.
Holy
right?
cow. He already has his ultimate, Niv. We're less than a minute and a half into this game.
Yeah, that is insane.
Goodness
I cannot
gracious.
lie. Marymount really need to respect that shot line, right? When you're playing against a person who's this dominant on a Widow, you gotta stay around the corners, not like that. Gotta keep the shield up, gotta stay around the corners. It's really a matter of positioning. You don't have to outsnipe him, you just have to position well and force him away. Marymount might have figured that out. Let's see if they get around the corner this time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Marymount, you almost want to run a double shield on offense, just to try and protect against that Widow. See the shatter go down though.
That's right. It is a pretty big shatter. At least takes down Ava and actually takes down the entire team. Marymount got a little bit further that time, but you got to remember that Shy is not the only player on UNC's roster.
Absolutely, yeah. Missed right there as well. I was about to say Shy was trying to pick that off there, but he picked another one off. I mean, goodness. Yeah, definitely. Missed right there.
You have to remember, when you're standing inside of the spawn, you're not safe. You can get sniped through those doors.
Yeah.
So it's all about respecting that sideline.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it doesn't get any kills though. They all get off of him in time. But yeah, I mean, if you're Marymount, you almost want to switch to something like a Reinhardt and something else right here.
Yeah, Don Jose going into this room. I've never seen a fight go down in this room, but Marymount was all standing in there, and Don Jose saw the opportunity, went in the whole hug. Can I say excellent? I was about to say excellent ult cycling from UNC, but honestly, I think they're just throwing things to the wall and seeing what sticks.
Oh no, and Miss gets the kill on. Oh, Shy!
Wow.
This is just a Shy and Lect super show tonight. I mean, there's just nothing Marymount can do against this Widow pick. I mean, you have the Deadeye on the McCree, but I mean, if you don't pick off Shy, then as soon as he pops the Deadeye, he's just going to get picked. And Miss gets a pin on the jump pad.
He went in from behind. He must have been hiding or something. USC just fooling around at this point.
Oh, let's see, there's the Deadeye.
But the Deadeye doesn't seem to do much. I believe a shatter happened there in his face. There goes the tank, which is the only shield, which means that everyone else is at the mercy of UNC's DPS. I gotta say, this is one of the more lopsided games I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think, I don't think Marymount's having a very good time this time around. And oh my God.
Yeah, you can't be standing in the doorway like that.
Yeah, and now that the infrasight is up, and obviously
so it's even more dangerous if you can imagine it.
I mean, Marymount has 4 ultimates, and there we go. They use 2 of them.
They do hit a shatter. They have a chance to get in here, although Ava going down is going to help their chances.
Gotta touch the point.
Are they going to be able to touch? No, that is a resounding no, and that's a 0% tick on Marymount.
The fight looked good right there. They were able to get a few picks, but I mean, at the cost of all of their ultimates, and they didn't even touch the point. So I mean, UNC, all they have to do right now is get to that first tick on the capture objective, and it's just over.
Definitely a case of too little, too late.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's just because Marymount couldn't get those ultimate bars charged up. Because I mean, they couldn't get out of their spawn to even deal damage, to even heal people, do stuff like that. Because Shy, I mean, you can't heal someone if they get one shot headshot.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's definitely something that Marymount has to learn how to fight against. They need to say, okay, we know Shy is going to play something like this Widow or McCree or something like that to do this big damage before we can get back to heal it. So I mean, right now you can even see he's hovering on the Widowmaker. I wonder if he will continue to go for it. Lect with the Doom Fist. Is that more of a pride thing? Is he gonna?
I think Lect is showing off a little bit.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to show off his excellent hero pool.
Yeah, I mean, Doom Fist. If you can play Doom Fist well, I mean, there's nothing like it. But we are seeing a difference in composition from Marymount, opting for the Soldier 76 and the Moira.
Very interesting. Moira probably a little bit harder to headshot just because she can move around so much with her fade ability. So that might be a good pickup. And at least Winston does have an additional... Winston's a good pick because he can jump in on the Widow, of course, and hopefully nullify her damage. But we'll see if this is enough to make it happen. As they are getting into the engage, UNC jumps all the way into that choke. And look at that. Oh, Blocklander caught completely out of position on the ground. No escape route and gets killed by Lect with a nice couple of headshots.
Woo!
Mist walks right up the stairs and charges off the enemy team. Yeah, this was exactly as much as a bloodbath as I was sort of expecting.
Yeah, Marymount just obviously not able to hold the same way that UNC could. Everyone on UNC performing a masterclass of how to play defense and then obviously how to play offense. And Dono Sway, this has to be that incredible Hull Hog that he did in the room.
And the Infrasight showing him exactly where the enemy team is.
Ooh, and 2 shots to Reinhardt. Oh, and he gets the Hull Hog during this fight. He was at 75%. Didn't even have it at the start of it. Getting a quadruple kill there. Missed with 9 charge kills there.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he's just pitting everyone to the wall. I mean,
that's especially impressive considering this match took like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's over.
All right.
It was the best of 3, so and UNC won 2. It's best of 5. It's not over. Oh, we have more Overwatch coming.
Marymount's they're gonna mount a comeback, man. I can sense it. But
yeah.
But right there, I feel like the main way, at least on that defense that I could see, that Marymount weren't able to capitalize is they tried to hold a different position than UNC did, because UNC played up towards those cars, towards the entrance of the shop. Yeah. Marymount tried to go for that high ground position, but right there you're already ceding so much of the map right there.
You're giving up the choke.
Yeah, you're giving up the choke. You're giving up that little corridor to the right there. And right there, I mean, you just saw it. Lect was able to pick off the Winston for whatever reason, who was so far in front of his team, obviously just slamming him into the wall and then just finishing off with the bullets. And then Mist getting that pin off the side, and from right there, it was just all downhill for Marymount.
Right, absolutely. And I gotta give Marymount credit. Facing off in these, if you're on the receiving end of this sort of beating, that can be really tough on your mental, right? If you keep running out and getting headshot by a Widow, most people's first instincts are not, oh, I need to play safe, I need to adapt, I need to play the corners. Most people's instinct is, I'm going to go kill that Widow, right?
How did I get headshot? What is this? Like?
And I'm not saying that's what they're doing, as far as I could tell.
That's what I would be doing.
Okay, sure. But they've seen perfectly sportsmanlike, which is a huge boon to any Overwatch team, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all about the mental. You got to reset between maps. Think about, okay, how can we get a point off of this monster of a team?
No, absolutely. And I mean, something in their strategy has to change. They have to learn how to be able to make those picks, because I mean, that's where UNC is winning so hard. That's why they're destroying Marymount, is because they're getting a pick or two off the very start and just saying, all right, try and fight us 4v6. You'll lose. And we were just told that the next map is Dorado,
Okay,
So
excellent.
purely escort map, so we will not have to see Marymount try and capture any point this time. So, I mean, maybe that's just it. Maybe they struggle on those capture point style maps. Maybe this escort will be a little bit better. We will have to see how they adapt, especially to that first little chokehold on Dorado. I wonder if UNC will pull out any more spicy picks.
I can only imagine. If I know UNC at all, they like to have a little fun when they
Might
can.
see a Bastion.
I'll tell you what. I'm trying to think who would be playing the Bastion. I don't think with our current roster we'd see a Bastion. I think their idea of fun is
why am I even
like,
here?
Something else.
Why am I even here?
They like the Doomfist. They like the Tracer.
I guess those will be fine.
Yeah. I mean, Doomfist is actually not so hot right now.
Lect is making him look pretty good.
He looks good, but he takes a lot of support to be able to play.
Absolutely.
Play his playstyle correctly.
Takes a lot of backup, and especially on defense. Obviously, not very good on something like an escort map or other like that. It was good, really good on offense on Hollywood, like we saw. I mean, Lect obviously making a great use of it, especially if you can knock those people into the wall and do so much damage right there.
Yep.
We are hopping right into game. I think Marymount is on the offensive side first again.
That seems to be right. Here is a nice, lovely look at this Mexican town. Originally modeled off of an Italian town, I believe.
Interesting.
Something like that. Regardless, there's the payload. Marymount has to try to get it as far as possible. The good news is that on this type of map, you can't get 0%. Actually, you can, but you would have to just
if UNC holds them to 0%, I will feel so bad. At the same time, I won't. But
the only time I've seen that happen is when like 4 or 5 people left a lobby, and so it's just like one person against 6. At the very least, you could push it to that first quarter. That's kind of a given. The next part's where it gets tough. And we do see the other flyer coming out from Lect, deciding to show off his prowess not just on Tara, but on Echo. I've seen Maya flirting with this Mei pick in the previous round. Didn't commit to it. Maybe it'll be a little better pickup. Genko also switching to the Ashe. This could be interesting. Oh, and there's that double shield that you were advocating for, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a lot better on this escort style, because you can put the Orisa shield right on the payload behind the doors or something like that. Echo almost getting,
oh my gosh, what?
Taken to the cleaners right
what
there.
Was Dorado doing up there? That's not a position where you expected Lord to see. Oh, and we get the first kill of the map once again in UNC's favor. Killing, I don't know, you make it up despite that Orisa shield, and there's the rest of the kills happening quite soon. As I said, they pushed it a little bit, it's not at 0, but around that first corner.
12.42 meters it's a start. It's a start.
It's a start. Journey of 1,000 steps, or whatever they call it.
I got you. And Shy and Lect, I mean, doing their darndest to keep them at bay. And we saw Genko doing his darndest to try and pick up with this Ashe. And I love this Ashe pick. Even though it's not doing too hot right now, I still love it a lot. Just because it enables you to do so many things later games. If you Bob, if you use Dynamite correctly. Now it's just a matter of getting out of this chokehold. Because I mean, you have Dono Sway just playing defense. If anyone comes out, you have this on this listen as well. And that's the growth. Getting those reses off, so even if you do pick someone off, if you don't pick them off the Mercy, they're just coming right back.
They're going to come right back. You're so right. And while we were discussing that, of course, UNC is showing how to turn the spawn door into a choke. It's not often you see a spawn camp in collegiate level esports.
Especially on an escort.
Yeah, for sure. Usually you take it for granted that you'll be able to walk out the doors, but with the angles that the DPS are taking from above, there's also Lect deciding to copy the Reinhardt and jumping into the backline. Just like every other strategy UNC has shown, it has
it's I think whatever they're doing is working pretty well. But yeah, I mean, it's just like you were saying. Like you were saying it as half of a joke, but I mean, the spawn room is a chokehold for Marymount.
It is a choke.
Like Shy is in this. Shy has been in this position for the entire game.
That is true.
I mean, he has not moved. And it's working, obviously, because, I mean, all you do is just anytime someone shows their head, and there we see Bob being used, and Dono Sway, got the mines ready.
that Bob could be really big. It's holding down that corner so UNC can't just stand at the door, but Shy's not letting it get to him. He's still got 2 kills there, make that 3. I've lost count ages ago how many kills that Shy has, but you were talking up the Bob earlier, but it by himself was not enough. I think they may have gotten like a meter of progress on that card.
Well, they almost doubled their progress. It was 12.42.
True.
Now it's 23.02. So they're doing something right, man. But I mean, at this rate, they'll be at the first checkpoint by tomorrow. So I mean, it'll happen eventually. But we are seeing them push out of the spawn room a little bit more, getting a little bit more feisty.
Yeah, you see that Sigma shield put on Shy's location, but there is a mines in the back, preventing them from moving around, separating them, and that's a big kill picked up by Donald's right at the spawn door. Just as I was saying, they were able to get out spawn.
Yeah.
The Sigma shield, though, blocking off Shy's usual spot, who's going to have to be a little bit more creative, at least. Was that a shatter coming out from Marymount? It doesn't seem to have done much because it is, in fact, BB Fan who went down. Now with no shatter to his damage.
See, it was a good shatter. I think it hit 3 or 4 people, but you're by yourself on it. Like you can't do anything, especially if 2 of the people you hit are tanks. You're not gonna be able to kill them.
Like I was saying, it's so tough when you're losing like this. It's hard to get a coordinated team push because you don't really have a team. You don't have a position. You don't have a core because you can't even get out of spawn.
Nails can go down though. That could be big.
It could have been big.
It could have been big.
I don't think anyone got frozen by that, unfortunately. But I mean, really, at this point, all you can do is throw ultimates at the payload. Was not effective this time around, and that's going to be Marymount, just barely getting the first corner, like I said.
Yeah, and something that I want to touch on, that Sigma pick. I like that Sigma pick there, but you switched to it so late. I mean, you couldn't get the ultimate off. You couldn't really get any use out of your mobile shield because if you just put that right in front of Shy, like I mean, you're not able to get those headshots as easily. Literally, you don't have to shield anything else. Just block Shy's point of view. Because right there, it stops all of those picks, at least forces him to move. Because, I mean, obviously he can move and still hit those shots. But it forces him out of that little niche crevice that he's hiding in to hit those little pop shots on you. Marymount now going to have to hold UNC to under 26 meters. Niv,
yeah, that's a bit of a tall task, I would say.
Yeah, I'm no mathematician, but 26 meters is not that far in Overwatch.
No, I don't think it's that far in many contexts.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think in real life, I don't think 26 meters is that far.
Yeah, I think what Marymount can give us here is a good old, you know, it's a solid attempt. You know, I like to see the sports. I like to see teams not giving up.
The old college try.
Right, the old college try. If they can't hold them all the way down to 0 seconds, see how many fights you can win. Maybe take a fight off of UNC, and that's sort of the competitive spirit we like to see. It is going to be sort of the usual picks. They have kept on the Sigma, which I think is great. Like you said, it's still effective in putting down miss. It's not miss, sorry. It's life this time on the Widow. They decided to swap.
Genko.
Shy jumping in, already getting a pick onto Maya, and Genko also going down. That's 2-3 for Shy. This man can do anything on any hero, as it seems. Marymount has been dismantled, it seems. Raro Dino actually picking up 2 there, which is no easy feat on a Lucio, and that is the end of this map and the end of the match. That's 3-0. And looks like we're going to get an early night.
Yeah, I was looking forward to getting four or five different games out of this series, but obviously a quick 3-0 is always good, especially at the very start of the season. It can definitely help out your moral.
It's so big on the ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Marymount obviously not the outcome that you wanted, but Lect and Shy just putting on a DPS masterclass right there. I mean, just showing so well, like the Widow, the Echo, the Pharah. I mean, I think Lect played a different hero in every single map.
Oh, yeah.
Like Shy, obviously.
He even stole the Widow off of Shy at the end.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, then it works. I mean, Shy was like, I want to play Genji, and obviously, I think if you're playing a super competitive game where both teams are really even and close, Genji's like, oh no, like
right. It's a gamble.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we saw right there in that last fight. I think Shy got like 3 or 4 eliminations out of everyone right there, just dashing through them and doing like that. But UNC obviously just outperforming Marymount in every single way, shape, and form, and just a quick 3-0.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the nail. I think for Marymount, it is unfortunate. An unfortunate obstacle at the start of their season. Doesn't mean they can't go up from here.
Yeah.
For UNC, I think this was a showcase. I think this was a morale booster, an easy match just to get them into the spirit of things, shake off some of that rust. And if they continue to perform this well, we might be seeing them in, performing a little better than they did last season, maybe getting to playoffs. Don't want to jinx it, but
we're not saying anything just yet, but we do have high hopes for our team. I mean, they just played superior. I mean, that's some of the best Overwatch I have seen out of a collegiate team. I mean,
you have to be careful, right? Because whenever there is a stomp, the people who are winning look really good. But we'll just have to see. I think there could be a lot more competitive games in our future.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking for those games where you are pushed to the brink, where you go to 5 games, where you go to however many matches that you have to do in order to prove yourself. Because I mean, just like you were saying, you can get these 3-0 stomps against a team who may not be as good as you as far as SR or just overall like player experience and everything like that.
Yep.
But then you play a team that is really even with you. That is, or maybe even better, and you say, okay, now we really have to put on our A game. Because I don't think Shy is going to pull out the Genji in very competitive. Maybe he will. Maybe he says, okay, I think this comp needs a Genji, and maybe it'll work. Maybe we'll see some nasty nano blades or something like that. But overall, I
do doubt it.
Hey, a man can dream, can he not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we can see more of this stuff going into this season, then I mean.
I think we'd be set.
Yeah, absolutely. The future's only bright. So
well, that is all we have for today. It is getting late, so here at the UNC Esports studio, we're gonna sign off for now. I'm Niv, and this is Potsalum, and hopefully we or another one of our lovely casters will be back next week with week 2 of the regular season of NACE Star League. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.